Hi, good afternoon to everybody. We're going to talk about language learners should be exposed only to the forms they are taught. What do you think? What do I think? My name is Luis Alonso Aguilar and let's begin. Okay, first of all, I think that we use the internet in every moment. So, for example, uh, if you want to see movies, you use the internet. If you want to see videos, you use the internet. Uh, and also, if you want to buy something, you use the internet. Or to communicate to another people, and much more. So, in this moment, I think that, for example, the internet or the platforms or the forms that we use to learn or teach are really important, and you can find a lot of courses and a lot of information around internet. So we can't hide this uh, this, how do you say, technology or tool to our students. Our students are in this moment uh, captured, or they are part of this new age, the age of the internet, the age of the digital moment, the fourth revolution, or the artificial intelligence, and another type of how do you say, new contexts that we don't know. Or for example, you can communicate with another people from different countries. For example, you can talk with people from Italy or Spain or China or Philippines or Costa Rica or Mexico or USA or from Panama or another parts of the world. So in this moment, you can hide this technology. So I think that, for example, a student or a person that is studying, for example, English, needs to search on the internet some type of information, or could see some videos, or could chat with other people from uh, that they knew from internet. So you can have a communication with them. So it's important that they know, for example, how can they filter the information that they use, how can they have a very good uh, privacy on the internet, how to use a good antivirus, or how to have a good anti-malware, for example, or another type of technology that help them to have a good experience on the internet, or maybe talking with another people, or with another persons, or another citizens from another parts of the world. So they can't stay with, for example, the vocabulary that they learned in the classroom, or um, the the sentences that they produced. They also need to see the world, to explore the world, to experience the world, to experiment the world, and try to make, or try to put the vocabulary, or the sentences, or the phrasals, or the things that they learned uh, on the platforms or they learned on the classroom, and they can apply this in a real context. So, for example, if they learn a new vocabulary, they need to practice that outside the classroom or outside the platforms that they use. Let's see, for example, the how do you say the Francois example. He memorized a lot of information and a lot of words on the dictionary, and he went to make the test in on Germany, and he didn't know how to use this vocabulary. Uh, Maybe a lot of them of that vocabulary was also forget by himself when he was taking the test. And you need to take risks when you are learning and when you are teaching. So you need to see, for example, magazines or maybe a newspaper or maybe listen to music, watch a video, try to see how do you say a movie on English, or maybe uh, see how to prepare a food from another places, because it's a form that they can use to learn the different words. For example, how to prepare a pizza could be, and so you need to prepare the pasta from the pizza. Uh, Use, for example, the cheese or maybe the ham or the sauce or the sausage, the tomato sausage, or I don't know, make a meat sausage to put on the pizza. So you can learn from any part of the world or any part of information that you take, but you need to think if that information is true or false, or if that could help you to learn something. Uh, so I invite you to practice outside, to try to take advantage of what you are learning right now or teaching right now, and take a moment to think how can I increase my fluency, how can I increase my writing on English, or how can I increase my listening on English from the different technologies that we have around us. Uh, and try to think on the video that we saw before in another modules from the reading that we saw, or the text that we saw from the Japanese that was going to the USA, and he didn't know how to say the words, or how to talk about the different things that he needed on this moment. For example, when he was going to ask for French fries, and he said fried potatoes because that was the language from Japan. So okay, he was taking a risk to communicate with another people, or to try to make it better or practice them himself in another language or in another part of the world. So uh, in our countries we can be, how do you say, homogeneous, because we are really similar, or we eat the same food. But it's important that the people know about the different cultures that we have, or the different aspects from the different regions, or the accents, or for example, um, what is polite and impolite in some places. So I think it's important that, for example, um, our students keep practicing outside the door, and they try to be themselves, like we saw in another video. They need to be the light bug, like us. We are on when we are teaching, and know that all the people is different. We need to see how our students will learn something, or if they need, for example, listen more or read more about something, and not only memorize what we are seeing. Thanks for all, and see you on a next video. Thank you.